Okay, so now we should be... Ooh, we should be. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should... It looks like we're okay. Well, now that we're finally able to continue what we were doing... Just needed to verify. Okay. uh... All right. So, now that we're back to normal, if you can really call it normal, but anyways, now that we're kind of back to how we used to be, somewhat, I'll figure out 60 FPS thing later or whatever. But I wanted to say a couple of things. First things first, I'm sorry I haven't streamed in a while. It's been like a month and a half. I kind of went through a little bit of a... oh, sorry. I kind of went through a little bit of a creator's block in April. So after the last stream, I pretty much kind of relaxed a bit. Meaning I watched the Fallout show. I played through the entirety of Fallout New Vegas. And that was like my most accomplished New Vegas character. It was awesome. And I finally finished getting all the achievements for New Vegas too, which is big. It's a big dub. And I had started another playthrough of Fallout 4, which I think I'm like level 21. I also started another playthrough of Starfield because I just wanted to play Starfield again. And I also, since the last stream, I went to my best friend's bachelor party and then his wedding, which all took place within the past like month and a half. So I was busy I was busy and had creator's block. And so I decided to take pretty much the month of April to myself. And then with like the beginning of May was like my best friend's wedding. And for the first couple of weeks, I had actually just kind of took the time to myself, but was actually working in the creation kit again. I was like getting myself back into it. And so I've done I've done a bit since the last time I've showed you. Not a whole lot, but enough. Oh yeah, over here. This is like the biggest additions. So this still needs a lot of work, obviously, but I had like started working on kind of like this chunk. And I decided that I'm pretty much going to go... I'm going to do this via like a grid system, essentially. And I've already essentially built the grid. Oh, you know, I might make a little dirt path going to this or something like that. But anyways, via a grid system. So I had this little like small pond lake area. And yeah, I decided to put some rowboats. There might be a little bit too many. I might take that one out, actually. I think that's plenty. But yeah, like just like a small little fishing lake pond area. And I've given it some character, and I've also kind of started adding the forest to it. And this is like pretty heavily dense forest. And there are going to be like some natural paths going through it. But the whole idea is this area is supposed to be pretty dense. So, yeah. And that's pretty much been what I'm working on the past couple of weeks. And I haven't like really got back into the swing of it like I've wanted to. But that's just essentially what I've been doing. So, yeah, that's pretty much the update. I think today. Oh yeah, and I added. Hello. Like a unique weapon. It's a unique harpoon gun. And I've called it Ishmael. From Moby Dick. Heal allies. Now, what kind of legend? Oh, well, we could do bleed. We could test that out later. But I wanted a legendary effect on it. And a chance to bleed is a pretty good one. Oh, wow. Some of you are a little bit too high off the ground. Actually, you know what I might do? Instead of just looking for individual trees, I may actually just do a little bit of a hill. Not 5, more like 2. I'm going to get those kind of effects occasionally when I'm working with trees and different landscaping situations. I just got to keep an eye out for it, really. Oh, there's some more over here. Although this might be This might be a rogue. I remember why I put him so far on the ground. You know, that might have been my own doing. I do remember grabbing a few and lifting them up, thinking that they were too far into the ground, but now it makes sense. Now, how does that look? Go back. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Also, that also reminds me of another reason why I decided to kind of hold off on the Not a Planet Earth development for a while. If you haven't been keeping up with the blog, of course. And that's because... Oh, shit. That's not why. But, and essentially it's because of the update that came out. Obviously, the next generation update that had not only thrown my mod for a loop, but also, as you may have heard, Fallout London for a loop. Which kind of sucks, but... You know, so many people were like, oh, we didn't get Fallout London because of this update. It's broken. First of all, I didn't even really get any issues with the update like a bunch of other people had. I'm not going to say that there weren't any, because it would not surprise me in the slightest if the update broke a lot of saves and games and whatnot. But with that being said, I think a lot of people were overreacting. But due to the next gen update that was announced not long after the Fallout show was released, that's when I literally officially decided to wait to continue work on Not of Planet Earth, at least until I got back from my friend's wedding. Because I knew there were going to be issues, and I didn't want to continue working on it if I was going to lose it completely. So, yeah, that was pretty much my issue with it. You know what I might do? I might join a Discord channel just to see if anybody wants to chill. So why not, right? Okay. So yeah, that was the biggest reason. Obviously, that on top of, you know, having like the creator's block, similar to writer's block, you know. I was just kind of not feeling the inspiration. So I, you know, again, I just took the month, watched Fallout, played Fallout, had a fuck ton of fun with Fallout, let the next gen update come out, And yeah, now it's back to the grind. I also have more gaming ideas. By gaming ideas, I mean like game design ideas. Like, there's this one idea of a game I have. Um, sorry, there's this one idea for a game that I have that I've had for a long time where oh, she's pretty close. But it's like it's inspired and might even be considered in the same universe as what's it called? The Fourth Kind. Which I mean, if you don't know what that is, it's like again, it's like alien-y. If you haven't seen the movie, I recommend it because I actually think it's pretty good. Um, but there's in the movie, there's like this investigation of what is it, finding missing people or something, or I think someone's like a psychiatrist, and she's seeing these people based off of like these weird visions or whatever that they're having. I can't exactly remember. But she ends up kind of like digging a little bit too much, and she's kind of like, I wouldn't say being abducted, but I think she does end up getting abducted. But anyways, she's like digging a little too deep, and aliens are starting to like mess with her and all that stuff. And I think it's pretty good. But again, the whole basis is that these people who are like talking to her are all seeing visions. Well, I don't know about visions, but they're all like encountering this white owl. And that's like a sign. That's like the sign of like an alien or whatnot. So I want to do like a small like survival horror kind of based in that universe, and I'm going to call it White Owl. And it'll be like alien abduction done right. We don't need another Gray Hill incident. I'll probably just continue to put trees down. I was a little worried because I was like, I'm going to put too many down. It's not going to look good. But I'm beginning to think, just do it. Might actually do this too. What the fuck? Oh, there's too many in that one. Yeah, there's, in this specific cell, there's gravel, forest floor, dry sand, wet sand. And that's too many. Well, if I want to put dirt path, then it'll be too many. Am I able to? No, I'm not. I assume I can do something like... Oh, I see. I can do something like this. May not make a lot of sense, but what I mean is this specific border, I mean, this is all one cell, but this border, like this quadrant, I should say, can only have 4 textures. And there's literally 4 textures just right here. And well, there's only 3 here. Which... Oh, we should be good here. Should be good putting a dirt path. There's only 3. I just can't do it here. Okay. So with that in mind, I can take that out. What are you doing down there? Hello.
Are the pets fed?
Oh, no, I forgot. Well, yeah, but it's also something I don't do every day, so I forget. How was your orientation? Let me look. Speaking speaking of which, I got the desk coming too. The desk should be here Saturday. Uh probably Friday. So yeah, you'll have the desk and a chair by like Saturday. Do you know what your mom did? Do you know what your mom did? So so much for a summer release date. I'm gonna have to fix those like hilly mountains. This will probably speed up significantly once I get more trees down. Yeah, I could just like essentially copy paste one massive forest. It's essentially too many. Ooh, that's gonna be a tricky. I'm gonna have to do that a little bit different. I have to be a little careful there. Oh. Woo! Yeah, we have some problems here. That one. Yeah. A little weird how that happened. That's kind of cool. Said floor, and that's okay. Yeah, I suppose that's a little weird. I've not heard that one before. I'm gonna lie, that's pretty good progress if I do say so myself. Okay. Yeah, since I started a little bit later than I wanted, that means I have to end a little bit earlier than I wanted. But we'll be back. So we're making good progress. But yeah.